You step out of the shower, soap still clinging to your skin, feeling fresh. Yet, there it is again. That stubborn smell that shadows you no matter how hard you scrub. It's a quiet humiliation many of us seniors endure, a secret we don't dare voice. You've tried everything, more showers, stronger soaps, yet it lingers, chipping away at your confidence. People call it old person smell and shrug, but it's not just age. It's a hidden cause we can conquer. Today, I'll unveil the surprising truth behind that odor, show you the spots you're missing, and hand you simple steps to banish it for good. No fancy products, just real solutions. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll feel fresher, stand taller, and even mend the subtle distance it's created with loved ones. This isn't just about hygiene, it's about taking back your dignity. Part 1. The truth about old people's smell. Ladies, let's get real for a moment, shall we? We've all heard the term old people smell. It's one of those things people whisper behind closed doors. Or maybe they're bold enough to say it out loud, thinking it's something funny or even a bit of a joke. It's typically younger folks who say it, people who truly believe they'll never fall victim to it. But here's the cold, hard truth that no one ever really warns you about. It's real, and it's so much more complex than you think. It's not just about someone missing a shower here or there. No, it's much deeper than that. As we age, our bodies undergo a series of changes that no one tells you about. Sure, they warn you about the inevitable wrinkles, the graying hair, the stiff joints, and the aches that come with it all. They tell you all about the visible signs of aging. But do they ever pull you aside and gently whisper, "Honey, you're going to smell different too"? No, they don't. And it's this little truth, this unspoken reality, that can feel incredibly isolating. Our skin, once vibrant and youthful, gradually starts losing its natural balance. You remember how your skin used to stay soft and well moisturized almost effortlessly? Those natural oils we used to produce by the handful, oils that protected us, kept us hydrated, and helped clear away bacteria and dirt. Well, they start to slow down. Our bodies become less efficient at shedding dead skin cells, and those little flakes of dead skin, they start to cling, lingering in those hidden, warmer spots of the body where they have no business being. But it doesn't stop there. Here's the kicker. As we age, chemical changes occur in our bodies, creating a compound known as non-enal. You may not be familiar with it by name, but trust me, you've smelled it. It's that musty, slightly greasy scent that somehow becomes synonymous with aging. It lingers in the air, and you might not notice it because, let's face it, you're living with it. But everyone else, your loved ones, your friends, even that cashier at the grocery store, they do. And here's the most frustrating part. Your usual shower and soap routine, it hardly makes a dent in it. You can scrub until your skin is raw, but if you're missing just the right spots, or not quite scrubbing in the right way, that scent refuses to budge. It sticks with you, lingering on your clothes, your pillowcases, and yes, your favorite armchair. You might think you don't notice it anymore, but let's not kid ourselves. It's there, and it's not going anywhere. But here's the thing. The reason today's video matters so much is because once you know this, once you understand what's going on, you have the power to change it. You have the power to take control, to fight back against this inevitable part of aging, and to make sure that when you leave a room, people aren't whispering behind your back. You can do something about it, and that's empowering. So let's talk about what we can do to reclaim our confidence and keep feeling fresh and vibrant at any age. Part 2. Why seniors are more prone to the odor. Now, let me tell you something that most doctors will never mention. Why is it that as we age, we start dealing with body odor in a way that we never did when we were younger? Why is it that the 25-year-old down the street can mow his lawn in the blazing heat and still smell fresh as a daisy, while we, as we get older, start to notice that our scent seems to change in ways that we can't ignore. It's not something we ask for, and it's not something we can just wash away like we did when we were young. But here's the truth, ladies. It's all biological, and it creeps up on us almost without warning. As we age, our skin changes. Remember how it used to shed those old skin cells like clockwork, almost effortlessly? Well, that process slows down, much to our frustration. Instead of our skin naturally sloughing off those dead cells, they hang around far longer than they should. And trust me, they don't just stay there being passive. No, they mix with the sweat, oils, and pollutants that we encounter in the air every day. What does this do? It creates the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. It's not pretty, and it's certainly not something we can simply wish away. But here's where it gets even more tricky. Nutritional. Yes, I'm bringing up that dreaded word again. Now, some of you might not know what that is, but let me tell you, this is a real game changer. When we were younger, our bodies didn't even produce this compound. It wasn't even on our radar. But as we start entering our 40s, 50s, and beyond, nutritional gradually starts showing up. It's a byproduct of our skin's fatty acids oxidizing, which, to put it simply, means that the oils on our skin break down over time. It's natural, but that doesn't make it any less unpleasant. And let me tell you, this compound has a smell, a very distinct one. Some might describe it as greasy, while others say it's musty or even grassy. No matter how you put it, it has a way of lingering. It's almost like it becomes a part of us that we can't shake off, no matter how much we try. And don't even get me started on perfumes. Oh sure, they might mask it for a minute or two, but that's all. They don't get rid of the odor. In fact, in some cases, the scent of perfume mixes with it and makes it worse, creating a combination that's even more noticeable. The very thought of that mix can make us feel embarrassed and self-conscious. And I want to be real with you for a second. Some areas of our body make this smell even worse than others. Think about places where skin rubs together, where folds form, or where there's less airflow. You might be thinking of under the arms or between the legs, and you'd be right. But here's the thing. There's one place that most people overlook, and it's honestly the worst offender of all. It's the one area that gets forgotten, and yet it can make all the difference in how we feel about ourselves, especially as we navigate these changes in our bodies. It's frustrating, it's not fair, and I get it. We deserve better. But it's something we all have to face, whether we like it or not. Part 3. The spot everyone misses behind the ears. Now, let's talk about something most people, especially seniors, often overlook, even though it's so simple and obvious. It's the spot that hides in plain sight, behind the ears. Yes, it may sound trivial, even laughable, but believe me when I tell you, it's far from it. This small, often neglected area has such a significant impact, and yet, it's one of the easiest places to forget when it comes to proper hygiene. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you genuinely gave any thought to cleaning behind your ears? I mean, not just a half-hearted rinse with some water, but using your fingers to scrub behind your ears, right where your jaw meets your neck. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you're still here with me. It's one of those areas we never truly pay attention to. It's tucked away, hidden from view, and so it's easy to forget. But here's the thing. This part of our body is like a perfect storm for buildup. The skin there is delicate and thin, making it incredibly vulnerable to oils and sweat. The shape of the area only adds to the problem. Sweat and oils collect there without us even realizing it. And let's be honest, most of us don't think twice about it. We shampoo our hair, we shower, and we assume that the water running down will do the job for us. But that's not even close to being enough. It's not just sweat we're talking about. Behind the ears gathers oils from your scalp, residue from your hair products, dead skin, and even dust and environmental pollutants you've picked up throughout the day. Think about it. Every time you wear earrings, glasses, or even a high collar, you're essentially trapping all that gunk against your skin. And because it's tucked away and out of sight, it's so easy to ignore. Out of sight, out of mind, right? But over time, that buildup can turn sour, creating an uncomfortable and, dare I say, unpleasant smell. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. When I first heard about this years ago, I'll admit I didn't believe it. I thought, how could such a small area be that important? But one evening, I finally decided to wipe behind my ears with a damp cloth. And oh my goodness, the smell! I was mortified. I had no idea, and no one had ever warned me. It was one of those embarrassing moments I wish I could take back. Here's the thing though, no one will tell you. Your family might notice and your friends might sense something's off, but they're not going to speak up. They won't be the ones to say, "Hey, did you forget to wash behind your ears?" Instead, they'll start pulling back when you go in for a hug. Or they'll distance themselves a bit when you sit too close. And that is something I wouldn't wish on anyone, especially not the people I care about. It's heartbreaking to feel that unspoken distance. And it's all because of something so simple, just cleaning behind your ears. It's these little things, the ones we don't think about, that make all the difference in how we feel about ourselves and how others feel about us. So, let's not overlook this small but essential part of personal care. Take a moment, scrub behind those ears, and feel the difference. Part 4. What happens if you keep ignoring it? Let's talk about what truly happens when you keep ignoring that small but significant spot. You see, we all have our habits. We live by them, we're comfortable with them. And let's face it, changing them can feel impossible, especially after years, even decades, of doing things the same way. But here's the raw truth that I need you to hear and internalize. If you keep neglecting to clean behind your ears properly, it transforms into something I can only call a silent stink. Now, you won't notice it. You've gotten so used to your scent, it's almost as if you've become immune to it. But here's the thing, others will. And they don't just notice it in passing. They'll be aware of it on a deep gut level. It starts with the buildup of oils. Over time, the oils collect in that little corner, unseen but very much present. And then, without warning, the bacteria move in, breaking down those oils, feeding off the residues we leave behind. That's where the smell originates. And it's not just a random scent. It's the smell of bacteria thriving on what's left untouched. No fancy perfume, body spray, or even your most expensive lotion is going to mask it. Those things might only make it worse, mixing with the bacteria to create that strange, almost indescribable sweet and sour aroma that you've probably noticed, but couldn't quite put your finger on. It's the kind of smell that you can't ignore. Yet, it's subtle enough to make you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. But here's the real kicker. It doesn't just stop there. It starts affecting your skin health. That neglected area becomes irritated, angry even. You might notice redness, itching, or even small, painful bumps that begin to show up behind your ears or trickle down your neck. Have you ever wondered why your pillow seems to carry a faint, unpleasant odor when you rest your head on it at night? Or why the collar of your favorite blouse gets grimy so much faster than it used to? Now you know. It's all tied to that small but powerful area you've been overlooking. But perhaps the most heartbreaking consequence of all, it changes the way people interact with you. Yes, you read that right. Over time, it can start to affect the way others perceive and respond to you. They may not hug you as often, or maybe they pull away quicker when you lean in for a friendly embrace. You might even notice that they avoid sitting too close to you, not because they don't care, but because human nature tends to shy away from discomfort, and no one likes to be near a smell that can't quite escape. It's not about a lack of love, It's just how we are. We instinctively react to what our senses pick up. It's a painful reality, but it's the truth. But here's the good news. And this is where everything changes for you. You can fix it. Yes, you can reverse it. And it's easier than you might think. I'll walk you through exactly how to make that happen, step by step. So stick with me. Don't even think about going anywhere, because this is far too important for you to miss. You deserve to feel confident, clean, and embraced by those around you, without hesitation. Let's turn this around together. Part 5. How to clean it properly. I promise you, this is so much easier than it may seem. I know we've all been there, overwhelmed by the idea of cleaning every nook and cranny of our bodies. But trust me, this doesn't need to be complicated, ladies. Now, we're finally getting to the fun and rewarding part, the solution. And let me reassure you, it's much simpler than you think. Forget about buying that expensive fancy cleanser or splurging on the latest gadget that promises to work miracles. All you need is a little time, a gentle approach, and yes, some consistency. You see, so many of us think that a good cleaning routine requires heavy scrubbing, harsh soaps, or fancy products. But here's the truth. What you truly need is not a complicated regimen, but a consistent, simple, and gentle hygiene routine that can leave you feeling fresh, clean, and confident. And that's something you deserve. So, what's the secret? The key here, without a doubt, is consistency. It's not about using abrasive scrub brushes or strong, irritating soaps that leave your skin feeling tight or raw. Instead, it's about being gentle and thoughtful about how you clean your body, especially in those areas we often forget. Behind the ears. It's a prime example, and I can't tell you how many times I've neglected it in the past. I'll tell you exactly how I do it. Next time you're in the shower and you've already worked through your hair and body wash, take a few extra moments to focus on those places that might not always get the attention they deserve. For me, behind the ears is always at the top of my list. This part of the routine has honestly transformed how I feel about my hygiene. It's like you're giving yourself a mini spa treatment. So refreshing. Now, here's the trick. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Just grab a bit of your regular body wash or a mild face cleanser, nothing harsh or fancy, and gently massage it in with your fingertips. Trust me, the softness of your fingers will work wonders without damaging your skin. But here's where it gets even better. Rinse it off with warm water. Don't just quickly splash a bit of water and call it a day. No, take a few seconds to rinse the area thoroughly. You'd be amazed at how much soap and residue stick around, especially if you've been using hairspray, gel, or even shampoo. You might be shocked by how much stays behind without you even realizing it. And then, don't just let the water drip away. Take a soft towel and gently pat the area dry. I know we all understand the importance of drying off properly, but I think we tend to forget just how important it is in those delicate spots, like behind the ears. Leaving the area damp, it's like giving bacteria a free pass to come back, and we certainly don't want that. Remember, the longer you let that moisture stay, the more likely it is that it'll turn into a problem. That simple step, drying it off, makes all the difference in preventing anything from growing where it shouldn't. But here's the real secret, the one that will truly make you feel fresh and clean all day long. This isn't a one-time quick fix. You need to make it part of your daily routine. It only takes a few extra seconds, but those seconds are worth their weight in gold, I promise you. Those moments of extra care will leave you feeling so much better about yourself. You'll notice the difference in your confidence, in the way you feel as you go about your day. It's like a secret weapon. No more worrying about body odor or feeling self-conscious. Just clean, just fresh. And oh yes, you'll smell amazing. So simple yet so powerful. Part 6. Other commonly missed spots. As we continue talking about those commonly forgotten areas that often slip through the cracks, I feel it's so important to bring attention to a few more spots that we tend to overlook. Trust me when I say, these areas, though easily ignored, can contribute to that musty, uncomfortable smell we all try to avoid. It's not just about keeping clean. It's about maintaining a sense of freshness, confidence, and well-being. I know we all get busy, but when we neglect these places, it's easy to forget how much of a difference these small efforts can make. First, let's talk about under the breasts. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, I'm fine there, or that's no problem. But believe me, I've seen it so many times. The skin folds under the breasts, especially for those of us with larger chests, tend to collect sweat, oils, and dead skin. These folds, while naturally there, are prime spots for unwanted odors to accumulate. It's one of those areas that can easily be forgotten, but it's essential to pay attention to. After a good shower, take the extra time to thoroughly dry under there. I love to use a little powder or body spray to keep things feeling fresh. But I cannot stress enough, don't go overboard with it. Excess powder can sometimes irritate, and we don't want that. A light touch is all you need to keep that area feeling clean and dry, and I promise you, it makes a huge difference in how comfortable you feel. Then there are the belly folds, another area that tends to trap moisture, especially if you've got a fuller belly like I do. It might seem like a small thing, but these folds can collect sweat and oils, creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, which leads to that unpleasant smell we all dread. You wouldn't think twice about wiping your face after sweating, so why not give a little more attention to this area? After washing, make sure to gently pat it dry. If you're someone who sweats more during hot weather or after physical activity, it's even more crucial to dry the area thoroughly to keep everything fresh and odor-free. It's one of those self-care habits that's not just about looking good, but feeling good too. And let's not forget about our feet. Oh, our feet. I know it might sound silly, but how many of us take the time to clean between our toes properly? It's one of those areas that's easily overlooked, especially after a long day in shoes that don't breathe well. Trust me, keeping your feet clean and dry is a game changer. When we forget about the little spots between our toes, we create an environment where sweat can accumulate and lead to not so pleasant odors. I highly recommend using foot powder or some kind of absorbent powder and regularly checking your toenails. It's a small act that can make such a huge difference in how fresh you feel all day long. Just think about how amazing it feels when your feet are properly cared for. It's like a little act of love for your body. Lastly, there are the backs of your knees and elbows. These spots are often neglected, and I get it. They're not areas that rub against clothes or attract attention, but they still collect sweat and oils. They're hidden from view, but they deserve just as much attention as the rest of your body. These small spots don't get the credit they deserve, and when you give them a little extra care, you'll notice how much fresher and more comfortable you feel. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you're still here with me. These forgotten spots, as easy as they are to miss, hold the key to that fresh, confident feeling we all crave. It's about taking that extra moment to show your body some love. Trust me, it's worth it. Part 7. The benefits of tackling this. Freshness, confidence, and dignity. These aren't just buzzwords. They're the essence of feeling truly alive, fully present, and at peace with yourself. I know it may sound like I'm focusing on the smallest of details, but believe me, the impact is profound. It's like a ripple effect that starts with the smallest change and radiates throughout your entire being. When you start paying attention to areas you might have overlooked, like behind your ears, it's like you're awakening to a new version of yourself. Suddenly, you don't just feel fresh, you feel rejuvenated, like you've shed the weight of the world. Think about it for a moment. You know that incredible sensation after a long, refreshing shower, when every part of your body feels clean, light, and renewed? Now, add to that the quiet, powerful confidence that comes from knowing you've taken care of the little things no one else even thinks about. You've noticed them, and you've cared enough to do something about it. That's the kind of personal power I'm talking about. It's not just about hygiene. It's about self-respect. We all deserve to feel good about ourselves as we age. That sense of self-respect becomes even more essential because it's the foundation of how we move through the world. It's about saying, I matter. I'm worth this extra care, this little bit of attention. How we present ourselves, how we feel in our skin, those things matter more than anything else. Trust me when I say this. When you no longer worry about that dreaded old person smell, you'll notice something magical. You'll stand a little taller. You'll walk a little more confidently. You'll approach social situations with a sense of pride that says, I'm here and I'm thriving. Whether it's a hug from a friend or a family gathering, you'll feel secure in the knowledge that you've taken care of yourself in ways others may not even realize. And that's powerful, because age doesn't define you. A scent doesn't define you. What defines you is how you choose to show up every day. And when you care about those little details, you're telling the world that you're still in control, still vibrant, still you. I know this from experience. The moment I started paying attention to these small, yet significant areas, I felt a shift. It wasn't just about smelling better. It was about taking back control of my life, my confidence, my dignity. And let me tell you, you deserve that control too. It's not about perfection. It's about empowerment. And every small action, every moment of care you give yourself, adds up to something much bigger. You're worthy of feeling your best, no matter your age. Part 8. Don't forget to teach your loved ones. 2. As we journey through life, we often forget about one very important thing: the younger generation in our lives, like our children and grandchildren. It's so easy to get wrapped up in our routine, thinking that we've got everything covered. But let me tell you, these little hygiene habits we've learned over the years, they're just as important for them as they are for us. And sometimes we forget to pass that wisdom down. I'm not suggesting we become some kind of hygiene experts, running around constantly offering lessons. But let's not ignore the fact that these seemingly small, everyday habits can make a big difference. It's funny, isn't it? As we grow older, we often find ourselves receiving care and attention from the younger generation. And while we're caught up in making sure we're doing everything right for ourselves, sometimes those younger ones, whether it's our kids or grandkids, are missing out on these same little tips. They might not even realize it, but they too need guidance when it comes to taking care of their bodies. We're all busy. We all have full lives, full schedules. But here's the truth I've learned. When we take the time to teach our loved ones how to properly care for themselves, it doesn't just benefit them, it benefits all of us. The thing is, no matter if they're in their 30s, 40s, or even 50s, some simple things slip through the cracks. Maybe they're rushing in the morning, or just haven't had someone to guide them along the way. I know that I wish someone had shown me these things earlier in my life, and I think you might feel the same. Instead of waiting for someone to notice or point out the things that need to be done, why not step up and be the one to share the knowledge? Imagine how fulfilling it would be to teach them something as simple as how to properly clean behind their ears, or to make sure they're drying off completely after a shower. These are the kinds of habits that last a lifetime. And when we pass them on, it's more than just a lesson. It's a gift of confidence, of self-respect, and of knowing how to stay fresh and healthy as they age. And when you think about it, isn't that what we want for them? To feel their best, to carry themselves with pride, and to know that they're doing everything they can to stay healthy and happy. That, to me, is one of the greatest gifts we can give. It's like leaving behind a legacy of love and care, one that will continue to shape their lives long after we've shared these moments. The pride that comes from knowing you've passed on that knowledge, from seeing them walk through life with the confidence you helped them build. It's a feeling unlike any other. That's something truly beautiful, and it's worth every bit of effort, As we wrap up today's discussion, I want to take a moment to ask you, what have you learned so far? Whether it's about caring for your body, teaching your loved ones those little but essential habits, or simply the power of sharing wisdom, I'd love to hear what stood out to you in the comments below. Please share just one thing you've learned today that you'll be bringing into your own life. What's that one habit you'll start practicing or sharing with those you care about? If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, let's keep learning, growing, and supporting each other on this beautiful journey. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.